Wop babaloo bop ba wop bamboo. Wop babaloo bop ba wop bamboo. Is there anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? Ah, hello, hello, hello. Anybody gonna join? Do, 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 do. Uh, shouldn't be. Actually, you're not wrong. Vivi, thank you for the super chat. Any man who wants to break women should not be around children. We know that this is a great fantasist. I agree. Right? Bum, bum. Is there anybody out there? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I am Sherry, and this is Sherry's Recovery Corner. Welcome. I'm so glad you found me.
Trying to let some people get in here. Maybe. Heck, we just hit 50 subscribers, so I don't even know if anybody going to be here today. But it's nice to get practice and get the ball rolling. And yeah, I'm excited. This is so exciting. It's taken a few months to be able to get to this point, and it's finally here, and I don't know what to do or say, but we will see. Once people start coming in, I think it'll just flow. Like my little cat ears, because we got the kitty cat. Got to be one of the family in the house, I guess. This is so cool. I'm trying to think. I guess I can start. Well, people will come and you know maybe people will find the channel. I hope they find the channel. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Sherry's Recovery Corner here on YouTube. I guess I can start with a topic. Um, Kind of little bit of my backstory, I guess. Um, I'm an only child. I have a half brother. We have the same dad, but we have different moms. I wasn't spoiled as many people think. Like somebody that's an only child, they're spoiled, they're this, they're that. No, my mom didn't spoil me. She did take care of me. I didn't need for stuff. She made sure I had what I needed. Anything I wanted, I would have to get myself. Of course, when I was real young, doing chores, making money to buy the little things, toys and trinkets and crap that kids want. As I got older, when I turned 14, I got my very first job. I'm making a whole $4 an hour. I was cleaning rooms at a little motel that my mom was working at. It was her best friend. And so she was my first official boss. So she taught me my work ethic. She taught me how to work, how to be dedicated, loyal, a good employee, really. And making my whole $4 an hour cleaning rooms at a little motel back in Michigan, my hometown. Um, it was amazing. And of course, I then at 15, I met my first boyfriend and dated him for a few months. And at 16, I found out I was pregnant. The very first time we ever did anything. He was older than me. He was 20. I was only 16. The very first time we did anything, I got pregnant. It was scary, extremely scary. When my mama found out, I didn't even have the nerve to tell my mom. And a friend of mine growing up, she told my mom. It was pretty ugly. She pushed me down a flight of stairs. Um, but the baby was okay. I was okay. Hurt, my pride or my heart, because my mom did that. She gave me the option of giving the baby up for adoption and staying home, finishing school, and, going that route, or keep the baby, get married, and move out and take care of my family. So at 16, that's what I did. She signed papers so I could get married to him. I moved out and I did continue school. They had a little school for pregnant and new mothers. So once the baby was born, I could still go to school and they had a little daycare there, whatever. I did go there until I had my oldest. Um, it was hard being 16 and having a baby. And back in the early 90s, oh my goodness. I mean, of course, it was a different day and age than it is today, but nonetheless. And at that time, I hadn't done, I was smoking cigarettes. I started smoking cigarettes at like 12 years old, but I wasn't doing any drugs at that time. I think I tried cannabis for the very first time after I had my oldest. So I was probably about 17, the very first time I ever tried cannabis. And that was it from there. Well, no, it wasn't. I'm just playing. Um, um, after that, he was abusive. We had gotten to a car accident on St. Patrick's Day when my oldest was only 3 months old. I was with my mom, my grandma, and one of my cousins, and of course the baby. We got hit by a drunk driver in a John Deere tractor, which was a running joke in our family and our circle of friends and stuff for the longest time. I'm not even joking. Because up in Michigan, like, I mean, yeah, there's farmland and stuff like that, but people don't just drive around on a John Deere tractor. Nonetheless, out on a highway on a John Deere tractor, drunk. Come to find out, it wasn't even his tractor, it was his employer's tractor, and he decided to take it out for a night for St. Patrick's Day and get drunk. Yeah, that was that. Uh, and my first husband at the time had to come pick up me and the baby from the hospital, which was like about 30 minutes away from where we were living. And he got so mad that he had to come pick us up. Mind you, I had hit my head about, let's see, about right here. There's a little scar, and it's still kind of numb. I don't have a whole lot of feeling like, and oh my goodness, when it itches, it's ridiculous because it can't feel that. But so I start smacking myself. But anyway, um, he was so mad that he had to come pick me and the baby up that I had hit my head. Okay, so it looked like I had a golf ball sticking out of my forehead. Well, he got mad and hit me on this side. So therefore, by the next morning, this eye had swelled completely shut. The white part of my eye was completely red and bloody, it looked like. Had this big old, knot on my face. It started spreading out. And then where he had hit me, this eye started swelling shut as well. My nose was about this wide. I literally looked like Elephant Woman, with two black eyes and a thing out my forehead. It was hard, and I just played it off to everybody that it was just from the accident. Instead of, looking like that as a young 17-year-old young woman, you don't want to be out and about. That's embarrassing. You're hurting anyway. And he refused to let me stay home. He would drag me out to the mall, to the arcade, to play games, and I couldn't stay home in that. He continued to be abusive to me and continued to hit me and fight. And finally, when I was 18, after about 2 years of dealing with that, I had got the nerve to talk to my mom, and she helped me get me in the baby stuff and get out. Uh, it was just a bad situation, and I didn't think it was best to be in that anymore. So I wanted out and out now. So I literally took him to his grandma's to do laundry, and never went back to pick him up. He come across me out on the roads, and I literally went to the police department, threw the wedding rings at him, and told him I was done. I wasn't going to do it anymore. And it was hard after that. He ended up taking the baby from me when she was about 3 years old, and then wouldn't let me see her or talk to her for a while. Or my oldest, sorry, my oldest is transgender. So if you get confused with me saying her or him, he is a transgender male. So he was born a female, and he is now a transgender male. He is 32 years old, fixing to be 33 this year. But anyway, man, I feel old. Do I look it? Uh, do I really look like I'm going to be 50 in my next birthday? Do I? What do you think? I don't know. Uh, but anyway, we it was hard, like not being able to see my baby, and I my family seemed like they were against me at the time. So my mom had moved down to Tennessee when I was 19, and I didn't know what to do. The family that was still in town, I felt like they were all against me. And so I went out on, took an ad in the newspaper for a job. It was one of those books and magazines kids, where you go door to door selling books and magazines. Hi, my name is Sherry. I'm with you, whatever. I forget the name of the company. And uh, I'm in a program where we sell books and magazines to earn points for college, for, to go to college. I had no intentions of going to college at that time. Shoot. No, it was a job. It wasn't, and I really hope all those people that I met along the way selling those books and magazines too really got those books and magazines. Because if not, I'd feel like total crap if, I pretty much just took their money and give it to the dude that I was working for, and that would have been horrible. But yeah, I was one of those. Uh, we were in Florida for a while, which was nice. I got to see a lot of the United States that way. We went over to the farthest west that I've been was Phoenix, Arizona. And then of course, all up Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Illinois, all the way up to Maryland, New York. I've been to New York. Um which that's another story. One day we'll talk about that, where I went on Montel Williams. Yeah, I was, oh boy. Oh, I don't, y'all don't even know. But um went all through Florida, all over the East Coast, um Louisiana. We were in New Orleans. It was about my 20th birthday, and at the time, well, back then in the 90s, the legal drinking age in New Orleans was 18. So thinking, okay, I'm 20, I can legally drink in New Orleans because I used to drink a lot. Starting at about 14-ish, I drank. I got in my mom's liquor cabinet, and we got busted. Me and one of my friends, we got busted on New Year's drinking at her house and got into her dad's liquor cabinet. That was so scary because he yelled at me and I started crying, and then he took me home, and my mom almost started crying and I was still crying. But I still have the utmost respect for that man today. And it was just memories, I tell you. But just thinking of all the places I've been and all the people I met doing the books and magazines, like there was one guy, I believe it was in Virginia, real creepy old guy. Like they taught us the whole script that we had to say, and I was, running, telling him my script, and he said he wanted to, help, and but that he didn't have any cash, and that he had a thing of pennies or whatever, because that was something that they said that we should tell him. Well, you got a jar of pennies, or whatever. And he said, yeah, he had a jar of pennies that he would get it if I would take my clothes off. And at the time, I was only 19 years old. No, no. I was so creeped out at that time. I ran out the door. I barely was inside the house, inside the door. And when he started being creepy like that, I bet you he was probably a serial killer or something. I don't know. But I believe that was in like Virginia, maybe, or somewhere in that area. It was on the East Coast. I remember that. Uh, creepy, creepy people. And of course, there's a lot more creepy people these days. You never know. Ran out the house, went to, didn't knock on any more doors in that neighborhood, and went to where my pickup was and waited for my pickup. And as soon as I got in the van, of course, I was crying. I was aggravated. I was, just scared and shook because, people are, why are you gonna tell me to take my clothes off? I'm doing books and magazines, dude. And I told the driver, what had happened, and he got me out of the area real quick. So thank goodness. Um, but meeting some people like I remember down in Florida, like in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all that area, especially down in Miami and stuff. There's a lot of Cuban people. Man, they were so nice, and I remember knocking on doors, and if it was like dinner time or whatever, you could smell like them cooking. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm here for dinner." And they would just straight up invite me in for dinner. I'm like, "How cool is that?" I had some amazing food, and I did that with the books and magazines for about a year. And I had started dating a guy that was also doing it, and we quit and went back to Michigan. And because still wasn't able to really talk to my oldest, like if I called and his dad wasn't there, if it was just him and his grandma, like his grandma would let me talk to him, which was really awesome. And so that was like the only way I would be able to talk. And I could only call on like Sundays that would be the only day I'd be able to call, ac- according to the people that I was working for with the books and magazines. So, like I said, after about a year, I went back with the guy that I was dating, and I found my mom down in Tennessee. So, moved down to Tennessee. Well, actually, we went to Phoenix for a couple months, and that was just way too hot. Forget that. It was the middle of summertime, and the AC unit went out on our apartment that we had on Dunlap. That sucker went out, and they took the temperature. It was up on the third floor of the apartment complex. It was like 130 degrees. I'm like, no, this is too hot. I'm out of here. No, no. So we came to Tennessee, and um, I fell in love. Like, Tennessee is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, really. I mean, yeah, of course, there's pretty beautiful places too in the United States. It's all the United States. Don't get me wrong. I love Lake Michigan. I grew up on it, and there's nothing like the sunset on Lake Michigan. It was beautiful. But Tennessee, I don't think it was just the landscape. It was the people, like that southern hospitality. Like, people are so different down here. It's a whole nother world than what I grew up in. I grew up in a small Dutch town, and people, they're rude. I'm sorry. They're rude. But Tennessee was just amazing. And just like Nashville, when I first turned 21, of course, I was drinking a lot. And so I would go downtown Nashville to the bars and stuff a lot and drink, of course. And don't know how I got home a lot of those nights, but I did. Nobody necessarily hurt me. Uh, during that time. I wouldn't go down by myself. I always had somebody with me. So I did get home safe. I know that. um, and I would bounce back and forth between, Tennessee and Michigan, fighting for custody of my oldest. And finally, when he was like 9 years old, I got him back and brought him down to Tennessee, and it was over from there. He wanted away from his dad, and we did it. Me and my mama went up and got him and brought him back down, and that was over from there. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like I'm just talking. Of course, I'm not talking to anything. um, I know I want this channel to be so much. Like, I have really high expectations, don't get me wrong. I know it may not reach that, but I do have high expectations. I have been talking to my therapist about being a recovery coach, and she told me she was so excited when I asked her about it. She told me that there are companies, I guess, because of the demand for it right now, because of all the addiction and the fentanyl and the all that, they really need recovery coaches because there are so many people struggling in addiction right now. And fortunately, I've been blessed to have 5 years clean and sober thanks to the big man upstairs. Because without him, I wouldn't be here today. So I do owe it everything I have and everything to him because he has been there. And the other night, I had made a quick video the other day about the other night. Me and the hubby were watching a video on YouTube about Justin Bieber talking up about the abuse from Diddy. And I mean, I didn't hear like specifics. I think it was like just a reaction channel reacting to him discussing it. And um it was so nice to hear him talk about trauma and abuse and recovery and feelings and depression, all that big umbrella of everything. It touched such a big spot in my heart because I've been there. My husband's been there. And we have, with the grace of God, we have come out so well on this end. God got us. He has not cared. And like I keep telling my husband, when he start getting stressed about bills or something like that, honey, God has not carried us this far to drop us now. And that's a promise. I have really come to learn that. And it's so amazing. The platform that Justin Bieber has is he's able to reach so much, so much. Like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Well, look at there. I've been yapping for about 30 minutes now. I can't, I'm a talker. I can't help it. Unfortunately, nobody's come in yet. I don't know if this is going to save on YouTube. Maybe. I hope. The next time we go live, I really hope we can get some people in, and maybe people just ain't out of work right now. Maybe. Um, Thank y'all. If you are able to check this live out at a later time on the channel, thank you so much for sharing just a little bit of your time with me. Time is so precious to us because we can't get that time back. Like, time we spent with people or anything, we can't get that time back. So time is very valuable to people, and I understand that completely. If you're busy, you might be eating dinner. It's all good. If you could leave a comment and let me know what would be a good time to go live. This is just the first live, pretty much just practice trying to figure it out. I've been kind of rambling. Um, but if you have an idea of what would be a good time to go live, I'm sure, Monday at 5:30 in the late afternoon, evening, or early evening, probably not the best time. But once again, it was really just practice, getting me familiar with the equipment, um, and how to go live, and just getting me more comfortable on this side of the camera. It's hard being on camera. I ain't even gonna lie. I feel so goofy. I really do. I mean, it's not just the cat ears, I promise. It's not just these cute little cat ears with studs on them. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? I've had these forever. But anyway, it's not just that. It's to get comfortable. So when the community does grow, I'm here. Like, if you need a recovery coach, I'm here. You need somebody to hear, I'm here. Um, I'm really just trying to get comfortable being a presence on this platform and getting my story out there and spreading the word. We do recover, and I'm a perfect example of that. And even better, my hubby is an even more perfect example than that. He's my inspiration to stay clean and sober every day. Well, hi and bye. Somebody joined and then they left. That was so sweet. Um, Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your time with me. Um, I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, make somebody smile. It could mean the world to them. You never know what they may be going through. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Sherry's Recovery Corner. Oh, do I not have a little button? No, I don't. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. And let me know when's a good time to have a live. I want so much with this community that we're building. Thank you guys for the 50 subscribers. Well, technically, we're at 52 right now. So we're a couple over. Kind of excited. I ain't even kind of. I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys so much. I am going to turn off the camera for a minute, maybe see if anybody comes in. If not, we're going to go ahead and end it, and then we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, y'all. I'm also thinking about doing reactions. Would you guys like to have some reaction videos? If so, what would you like me to react to? Anything with music, videos on YouTube. We could go down a wormhole. Um, I don't mind at all. I am up for the fun and just bringing people together and once again building a community. That's really what it's going to be about, is building a community. What kind of things do you guys watch on YouTube? Leave it down in the comments. Oh, excuse me. Right before the live, I was watching FFG. I don't know why I am so amazed. FFG has an amazing presence on the platform. And she tells it like it is. I ain't even gonna lie. She literally tell it how it is, and I love that. I don't like people that sugarcoat things. There's no reason for it at all.
Did not. I don't know. We were like visiting. We were visiting someone, and then they started feeling ill.
How
in the
about we
evening,
do
and
some
then
reaction
their kids grew up.
to
And
FFG's live?
then this morning, hey Julia, You're looking, was amazed by her?
Julia, that
Just looking up
Foodie
here,
Beauty
so.
got her cat. Julia, she is
No,
so
I'm
beautiful.
reading it.
But there is no way I could have no long hair cat. I promise you that. No, can't happen.
Cream, anything cream. Basically, no, it's not salsa. Let's see. But this morning I woke up and I was like, I couldn't like think of eating any food. I thought I was gonna be sick. So somebody made me some nice fresh mint tea from the garden. That helped a little bit, but when I got home, I'm like, ugh. So I've been like, see, that's a great idea. That's thank you for suggest. So this really is for the children. Why didn't
I like when FFG goes, that back knack. I don't even know what that means. It's French, I think. Because, of course, she's from Canada. But it's so funny. I don't know why I laugh every time she says, and I don't even know if I'm saying it right. That back knack. But it's so funny.
But yeah, great idea.
Grifters, I tell you. I know if Foodie, she had eBagged for donations and for this kitten and didn't even use the money on for the kitten. That I think is so ridiculous. And there's another one, Lisa Richard, a woman clearly an active. Here, let me pause this though, because this I gotta say it gets on my skin. Lisa Richard, she is clearly in active addiction. You can honestly tell. She lost so much on her live streams on TikTok that people are still giving her money. I cannot believe it. Like, she's obviously in active addiction. I don't know how she has buffaloed these people to think that she is sober or just going to her methadone clinic or whatever. No, no, I've been there. Once again, 5 years clean and sober. I can tell when people, there is times on those lives, she is so high, she can't even see straight. You can see it in her eyes. And how rude she is and threatens people that if they don't send her money right then and there, she's going to dox them. She's going to provide all these text messages, expose them, as she says. That, why? Go get a job, Lisa. Like, for real. I don't understand it. Like, I work. Yeah, I may have my CA going at the bottom here to help support the channel if you want help it grow, but you don't have to. I'm not asking for your money. I am just simply putting that there as a tool. If you want to help the channel grow, please feel free to donate to the channel. If you do, you do. If you thank you. If you don't, you don't. It's okay. You're fine. You're still welcome here. Because I will be in recovery till the day I die. I want to be here for people. And I don't need the money to help people. Well, maybe I would. I guess I shouldn't really say that. Because, I mean, some people would have to have, but I could, if it would come to that, I would let y'all know. Hey, so and so needs this, so and so needs that. Can y'all help? Whatever. I would provide the receipts. But for Lisa Richard to flat out come on TikTok saying she's starving after she's chewing a food because she didn't think she was live, but she got caught on a live the other day, chewing food, saying, "Oh, I haven't eaten in 3 days." You was just chewing on something. What was you chewing on? You ain't starving. You cracked out, is what it is. It's ridiculous. Thank y'all so much once again. I can't thank everybody enough for subscribing. I am so happy that we were able to get to 50 subscribers to be able to do this and continue to grow the channel. This is one more little step on growing the channel. It's okay. I know it's not going to happen overnight. It's taken a few months to get to this point. Hey, I'm not going anywhere. The hubby not going anywhere. Our house ain't going anywhere. We're here in this place. I think my final payment is in like 2057 or something like, I don't know. I'll be like 80 years old. No, I'm just playing. Let's see. I think it was a 27-year note. So 60. I'll be like 70 maybe in my 70s when the house is paid off. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love my home. Absolutely. When we walked in, when we were looking for homes last year, as soon as we pulled in, like it's the cutest home in the world. It's a little 2-bedroom. It is so perfect for me and the hubby and the cats. Like, I always joke that it's the cat's house. We just pay the bills. But I love our home. Absolutely love our home. But okay, I've been on here about 45 minutes, folks. Thank y'all. If you're able to check this out on the channel, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Sherry's Recovery Corner. And please leave me a comment on a good time of day, what day of the week, when is a good time to go live. Remember, I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I usually go to bed kind of early. So those late night live streams, no, that I don't know. Unless I'm off work the next day, that's fine and cool. But with working the next day, I won't be able to do that. Tomorrow is technically supposed to be my day off. However, I have to go up and meet my boss at the store to go to our home office and do a class on our new scheduling program. I'm excited about that. You hear it in my voice? Here, hold on. Let me fix it. Let me show you. I'm excited about that. Can you tell? But thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. And I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. Don't forget, make sure you let me know what a good time is. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, y'all.